Let's talk about a feeling that can be really, really unsettling. You know the one. That sense that you just don't fit in anymore with the people you used to be closest to. But what if I told you that feeling isn't a social problem at all? What if it's actually a powerful sign of your own personal evolution? Have you had that moment recently? You're sitting there with old friends, people you've known for ages, and it suddenly hits you. You feel totally disconnected, like you're watching the whole conversation from behind a glass wall. It's a super common and confusing experience, but trust me, it's not what you think. Your first thought might be, ugh, what's wrong with me? Or am I losing my friends? But I want you to try on a completely different idea. What if this feeling isn't a sign that you're failing socially, but proof that you're actually succeeding personally? This isn't some kind of breakdown, it's a breakthrough. So, what's really going on under the hood during this breakthrough? Well, there are some pretty clear psychological shifts happening that explain why you're feeling this social distance. Let's break down the 5 key reasons why you feel like you no longer fit in. Okay, so the first 2 reasons are all about this internal tug of war, this disconnect between who you are right now and the person you used to be. This is where all that friction usually starts. First up, we've got something called value drift. Seriously, think about it. What was super important to you 5 years ago? Is it the same stuff that matters to you today? Probably not, right? You've grown, your priorities have changed. Maybe now you value a quiet night in over a loud party, or you're craving deep conversations instead of just surface-level gossip. The drift happens when you've evolved, but your social circle's values have kind of stayed put. And that gap, that's exactly what you're feeling. And that leads right into our second point, identity stagnation. And wow, this one can be so frustrating. Your friends might still see you as the person you were back then. They're basically talking to an old version of you. They expect the same old jokes, the same old complaints, but you're busy becoming someone new. They're trying to fit you into a box you've already outgrown. And that huge mismatch between how they see you and who you really are, well, that's what makes you feel like such an outsider. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because this isn't just a change in your thinking, it's a physical change in your brain. Your brain is literally going through a kind of social upgrade. It's rewiring itself for a whole new set of priorities. So the neuroscience behind this is pretty cool. Your social threat response is actually calming down. What that means is all the drama and gossip that might have seemed exciting before, now your nervous system just registers it as exhausting. At the same time, your brain is shifting from what we call fast, reactive System 1 thinking to a more dominant System 2, which favors slow, deep, analytical thought. You're basically switching from autopilot to manual control, and you're choosing a totally different destination. So what does this upgrade actually feel like day to day? Well, it's that feeling of your social battery draining to zero the second a conversation turns negative or starts revolving around gossip. It's that deep craving you have for conversations that actually go somewhere, that make you think. And it's realizing that small talk, which used to be so easy, now just feels totally unfulfilling, almost like a waste of your time and energy. Okay, so all these internal shifts, your values, your identity, your actual brain chemistry, they're all leading to one incredibly powerful and positive outcome. This is it. This is the culmination of your evolution, the rise of real, true independence. And that brings us to the crucial 5th and final reason. You are developing cognitive independence. This is a huge step in personal maturity. It's the ability to form your own perspective, to trust your gut, and to hold on to your own views without needing everyone in the group to agree with you. You're no longer just going along to get along. And that really brings us to the most important takeaway from all of this. That lonely, disconnected feeling of being an outsider, it is not a sign of rejection. It is the clearest, most powerful evidence you can get that you are successfully breaking away from herd mentality and forging your very own path. You are becoming your own person. So if any of this is resonating with you, you're probably wondering, okay, so what's next? Well, don't fight the feeling. Please don't see it as an ending. See it as a signpost, pointing you in a new direction. It's time to start exploring new hobbies, joining communities that actually spark your interest, and actively looking for those conversations that line up with the person you are today. Look, it can be a confusing time, for sure, but it's also a really exciting one. So just stay curious. Give yourself permission to explore these new parts of yourself without feeling like you need all the answers right now. Because embracing this evolution, that's how you find your next breakthrough. The one that finally helps you understand and really appreciate the incredible person you are becoming.